Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spotlighting Young Talent. And today I have published author Varun with me, who has written a book, I Can Rhyme. Now, what makes this episode extra special is Dev has been the first Bookosmian whom we published under our Sprouts program. The journey started with Dev, and then there is no look back. After that, we have published so many children. So many children are already proud authors. Some of them are in the process of writing their book, and some of them are waiting for the book launch. So the journey started with Dev, and it's continuing with the same pace and the same enthusiasm. So let's have conversation with Dev, a sweet boy with beautiful smile and great confidence. Let's get started. Hi, Dev. You have been the first Bookosmian whose book we published under our Sprouts program, and that makes this episode extra special. So, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Welcome, ma'am. Thank you for inviting me to the show.
Yes, it's so nice to see your happy face. Dev, I have so many questions about your fantastic book, I Can Rhyme, and I want to I want to know about your writing journey and everything. Before that, I would love to know, Dev, from where did you get this inclination for writing? How did you feel that, yes, I can write or I want to write?
I got interested in poetry because it was very fun to think of them and recite them after writing the poem. Oh. It's truly very fun and very exciting.
So anybody else in your home? Anybody else also writes?
No.
So you're the first writer.
No one else writes, but yeah.
That's lovely. Okay, the first time when I saw your book, I Can Rhyme, looking at the cover and the title, I felt that you are saying, yes, you can rhyme, and you have written about it. But when I saw the book, when I read it further, I was amazed to see that how beautifully you have taught others how they can write poetries or how they can learn to rhyme and everything. So there was something really, really unique about your book, which I loved. So, Dev, would you like to tell me something like how the idea of writing a book came to your mind?
There was a literary contest in my school. I had to recite a poem written by me. I had fun writing the poem for the contest and won the first prize too. So, I took a new book to write poetry and thought it would be great to publish them. This is how I got the idea.
Wow, that's lovely. That's so nice to know about it, Dev. So they usually, people write different kind of articles, blogs, and there will be people who write poetries. I always feel that, writing poetries take extra efforts. You should have those kind of, poet's heart, poet's mind. So I would love to know, like, do you write only poetries or you find equal joy when you're writing other things as well?
Other than poetry, I can write essays and stories. I've also created a new concept called poetry, which is a rhyming story.
Oh, rhyming story. Would you like to tell us more about it?
A rhyming story, I've already half made one about mythical animals. I've already put enough. It is not line to line, but it's a rhyming story, which is like a paragraph but can rhyme.
That was something new and interesting, Dev. I'm looking forward to see that. That's really nice. So, Dev, let's talk about your book, I Can Rhyme now. Can you just tell me about it? Like, what is this book about and what all things you have written in that?
Some of the writing techniques in that are couplet and free verse poems. A couplet is a poem where the first two lines rhyme, then the next two, and so on. A free verse is a poem that follows no particular pattern.
So from where did you learn all these things, Dev?
From my mentor Archana ma'am from Bookosmia. She helped me tune my skills and write better poetry.
Okay, that's lovely. So, Dev, would you like to tell us something about your journey in Sprouts program? Like how you started it, like how long it took for you to complete the book, and how was the exact process of writing this book?
The process was fun. It took time, but it was worth it because when I published it, I saw that it was very exciting and fun to read it. So the time was worth it.
So indeed it is. So how did you start? Like first you wrote something and you shared, and how the process went ahead?
First, I wrote a poem. Then I was thinking of that. It was very exciting. So I thought if I write more poems, maybe I could publish them and help other writers too who want to write poetry.
Definitely. So Dev, would you like to tell me one or two lines of your favorite poetry from the book?
Yes, ma'am. My favorite poem from the book is Morning, Noon, Dusk and Night. Some lines are the lions are fearsome as can be, and the seals are swimming in the sea. The wind is cold as can be, and the caves are warm as tea. The owls are screeching in the night, and the fireflies are shining bright. The snow falls like rain on a winter night, and in the warm houses are rooms shining bright.
Wow, so beautiful. I love the way you have played with the words, and poet will always have their own imagination and all. So Dev, is there any particular time where you feel that yes, I need that mood to write poetry, so you can write it at any time?
Uh, if there is a quiet atmosphere around me, I can write it anywhere or anytime.
It's nice. So Dev, during the process of writing this book, did you face any challenges, any point where you felt that okay, it's becoming difficult, or you just worked something on it?
No, I didn't face any challenges while I was writing the book, as I was given excellent guidance from my mentor from Bookosmia.
Very nice. When you saw the book for the very first time, when the hard copy was there in front of you, what was your reaction? How did you feel that okay, I'm a published author now?
It really feels special and privileged to have got such an opportunity.
So then you wrote your what was your age when you published the book?
My age was 7.5.
You was just 7.5 when you became the published author. That's fantastic, and I'm sure
That's
they
when I wrote the book. When the book got published, I was 8 years old.
you were 8 years old. Yes, that's nice. So then, what was the reaction of your friends, your teachers, and everyone in the school when they saw your book?
My friends were very happy to hear a poem from my book which was recited on the stage. My family, especially my grandparents, are very proud of me.
Yes, indeed, we all are proud of you, Dev. Dev, there are still so many children you are who are writing in the process of writing, or they feel that they want to write something. What motivation would you like to give them?
My motivation to other writers who want to write poetry is you can make poetry your imagination because there's always room to grow.
It's true. And Dev, what message would you like to give others, like, or writing tips would you like to share with other writers?
Uh, you, you can make your own poetry schemes. You can write however you feel comfortable, and you can make a tune to it with your own imagination. That's how you can make the excellent poetry.
Exactly. I'm sure this tip would be helpful to them. So, Dev, you're already working on rhyming stories. What are the other plans do you have?
My desire is to write more poems and become a great poet one day.
Definitely, you will be the one, Dev. The kind of enthusiasm you have and the kind of dedication you have for your work, it's really contagious. And we are so happy and proud of you, Dev. Thank you so much for joining us here and sharing all your thoughts and views with us. Wish you all the best and good luck for your writing journey ahead.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hey, Madhumati, thank you so much for joining us here today. And
Thank you.
congratulations for being a proud parent of this published author.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you for having us on the show. Yeah.
Madhumati, how did you feel when you saw Dev's book I Can Rhyme? What was your reaction?
I'm extremely proud of Dev, and I'm immensely happy about what he could actually do. And we all thought it was just one or two poems when he started, but he made sure he pursued his dream. And when the book came out, we were all extremely happy.
So, Madhumati, as a parent, we'll always be around our children, motivating them, guiding them. How you supported him in this journey?
Yeah. So I used to always kind of give him. So I never used to sit with him when he used to write poems, or even when it comes to his classwork or homework. I never sit with him, but I always give him the guidelines. So I tell him that you have to do this, and then show the completed work to me. So I used to give him guidelines, and when it comes to writing poetry, he used to come and tell me, this is what I want to write about. And then I would say, yeah, that's good. And then he will start writing. And then in between, he would come back and then say, I have written these lines. How is it? And then he would, recite those lines. And then I would like encourage him. So I think, just there as a support. And he has done most of the work. Yeah.
That's really, really important. So, Madhumati, Dev told me that, he's the first one in the family who has this flair for writing or who enjoys writing and all. So, as a parent, when did you realize that, he has this flair for writing?
Yeah. So what I noticed was that he had a flair for languages right from the beginning. So because we are from Kerala, and our native language is Malayalam. But being in Bangalore, he has to learn Kannada and Hindi. But I noticed that from the beginning, he has a flair for the languages, like how it is his native language. So that is a realization that came about me quite early. And like he would have explained, it all started with a literary contest, and then I asked him to write one poem, and then I realized that that was like the first one, and he wrote it when he was 7 years old. But it looked like an adult has actually written the poem. And then I sensed that it is not something casual, and it has to be nurtured. And then yeah, it all started with that.
That's lovely because Dev's book is a little different than others' book because he has not just written for himself, but he has guided others as well. How they can write the poetries or not. So that was something
Yes.
really I loved about his book.
Yes. And so we wanted to come up, I mean, because he's writing poetry, we thought, okay, why not come up with a poetry collection? And it was actually Archana from Bookosmia who gave us the idea that, instead of just having a poetry collection book, we could have it like this, because he's young. And then, having a child write about the various, styles of poetry, and that can be useful to another child. So meaning to say, children would find it easy to read from a book that is written by another child. So I think Bookosmia mentored and guided us, and then helped us accomplish this.
Thank you so much for your kind words, Madhumati, because it motivates us to, give our best every time. One last thing I would love to know from you, that you have been that pillar of strength for Dev. So, what message would you like to give to the other parents?
My message that I would like to give to other parents is that it's very important to identify such innate talents in children which go unnoticed. And I feel nurturing them helps boost the self-confidence in children. And they may, you never know, they may just take it forward and carve their career around it. So I think it's very important to identify it early on.
You said it correctly. Thank you so much, Madhumita and Dev, for joining us here today. I had a wonderful time conversing with you all. And once again, Dev, wish you all the best for your future endeavors. And thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Devanshi.
Thank you, ma'am.